Hello beautiful beings. So as many of you know, I haven't been on camera for a while because my internet hasn't been working, and I've moved up to Somerset a couple of weeks ago, so I've been really busy just integrating and trying to settle into this brand new place and this brand new adventure, which obviously has been quite tiring, and a lot has been happening. So I just wanted to show you the beautiful view of where I am and just let you know that I'm still around and that I'll have internet soon. Woo! So I'm in a beautiful place on the Blackdown Hills at the moment, which is where I've moved to, and there are some absolutely incredible, beautiful forests around here. And I was walking through the forest and thinking, the only thing that I need right now is just open space to really get away from people. And as I said that, I've just walked into this beautiful, just really wide open space with incredible views around me. So I'm just going to show it to you. And I don't know if you can see in the distance is Wellington Monument, which is this incredible huge obelisk just up the corner from where I live that has Egyptian writing and things on it. So I'm definitely here for a reason. And I don't know if you can see, but there's incredible views all the way up there. So when I was walking up there, just up the road, about 10 minutes up, there was this tiny little hut called Culmstock Beacon that just looks over the whole of Somerset. So it's really beautiful going from that forest environment that's really beautiful and lush but quite enclosing, and then suddenly walking out into just this pure open space. So yeah, what's been happening at the moment is I don't know, I've found it quite disconcerting that basically it's felt kind of like a void, and kind of flitting between different ways of being, different realities, and then coming back to this void, this nothingness, where you kind of don't know who you are anymore. Your personality and your ego and things is washed clean in this state, and there's just that little residue of it that's like, where am I? What is this? What's my purpose? And you feel that what your purpose is just love. So just following what lights your heart up. And it's as simple as that, but we always overcomplicate it, because we worry about what people think about us and if we're making the right choice, all of these things. But when you put the mind aside and you just open your heart, everything becomes really easy and really simple. So yeah, at the moment it's July, and we've had some incredible solar flares the last, at least the last 4 nights, that suddenly in the evening about 4 to 6 o'clock there's just been a huge blast of solar energy that I seem to keep stopping at that specific time and just putting my face to the sun, and it feels very purifying. It feels really nourishing and beautiful. But then maybe days like today I feel quite tired that I'm trying to integrate it all. So yeah, and I'm feeling that this is on the lead up to the Lion Gate portal in August, the 8th of the 8th, which is very much meant to be a sacred time. It's meant to be very auspicious. And what I'm finding at the moment is that a lot of things in the awakening journey, I'm kind of distancing myself from, that I'm no longer resonating. I'm not resonating with the identity of that kind of spiritual community, but just the pure light that's within me. And at the same time, it's finding this place of realness, of real vulnerability and real beingness beyond what you think will make you beautiful to people, make you accepted to people, all of those things. So yeah, I've lost my train of thought. I just heard something rustling in the bushes. And it's probably a good time for me to lose my train of thought because I've just reached a view that is really beautiful. So I've just reached another part of the whole Somerset area. So I'm just gonna sit down on the ground for a minute and I'll just read you a little something that I wrote. I haven't really been writing very much, and when I have been writing things as well, I've been stopping halfway through and not carrying it on. So it's just a little poem that I wrote earlier today. It says, "The parameters are shifting, who you think you are is changing. Take comfort in the unknown, in the void, the blank slate. This is not your destruction, but your new beginning. And to start again, we need to undo all the knots we have become tied in, the attachments and ways of being that no longer serve our greater purpose of who we are becoming. Stay in the present moment and release all expectations, for where you are going will be far beyond your wildest imagination. In just a change of perspective, you see all with clarity. All is different, and yet more familiar and natural. Your true state of being is presented to you. Have you felt a glimpse of paradise? Have you felt the light that is blazing within you, freeing you, liberating you of all you thought was holding you? There are no constraints any longer, dear ones. This is your mission, to love, as your dreams come to fruition under the stars above." So it's really, really hot. And you can see the light that's streaming behind me. So yeah, that's just my little video for today. I'm gonna head back now because I've been up for quite a while. And I will be back with brand new poetry and beautiful things soon as I integrate into this new place, integrating into a new home. It's only 5 hours from where I was, but yeah, it feels so different to me, and it's really taking quite a while for me to really find who I am in this new place, because it's quite disconcerting. As I said, this void that I suddenly feel like, oh, I've been exploring all these multi-dimensional aspects of who I am the last year or so, and now I'm just feeling this nothingness, this oneness, this light, which is really beautiful, but yet there's this feeling of like, now what do I do? Where do I go from here? And the message that I channeled earlier that I don't have time to read, but I'll just it was basically just to relax and just to enjoy that state of nothingness, and that in that state of nothingness we have time to break down the old barriers, to be in that out-breath, that state of oneness, before we jump into new creations, into new beginnings. So all of that is coming, but this state of just oneness is what we need to just be in right now. And just before I go, I will show you the beautiful abundance of this place as well. So this here is a tiny little blueberry. And there are wild raspberries around as well, and loads of blackberry bushes. So nature is always giving us beautiful things if we look out for it. So lots of love, beautiful beings.